Hi, I'm Kevin Grouch with Ellis County Weather, and an important part of watching severe weather coverage, or any kind of weather coverage really, is knowing the map, knowing the geography of your community. And we have a lot of new people here in Ellis County who are still kind of trying to get used to where things are. I know people that have lived in Ellis County for years that don't know where some of these smaller communities are, or don't really even know much outside of their town. So I thought I would take a moment just to kind of show you where things are in relation to different parts of the county. Now, if I get out of the way here, that is Ellis County. And let me kind of move it over to the side a little bit here. And you can see the county seat right here, Waxahachie. There is I-35. That's going to be 287, and here's I-45. So those are your main thoroughfares in terms of highways in Ellis County. And let's go up to the Midlothian area. Let's just start there. Now, right over across the border in Johnson County is Venus. Right up on the county line is Britton. Mansfield is just a little further up there. Midlothian is right here at the intersection of 67 and 287. Just south of Midlothian is Mountain Peak. Also, there's Griffith there. And so this is kind of the Midlothian area. So when you hear me say the Midlothian area when I'm covering storms, that is what we're talking about. Let's go a little further south. Now this is an area this is kind of where I grew up, right? So you have Waxahachie here. Here you have Mountain Peak. Midlothian's just up there. Griffith, like we talked about. Here is Auburn. Auburn is it's not the university, it's a small community that used to be a little bit bigger, but different circumstances changed, and turns out that Auburn is not as big as it used to be. Here's good old Maypearl there, right there on FM 66. You've got Scarborough Fair, right in here, actually kind of right where this little hand is there. So that is the Scarborough Fair area. Just south of there is Boz. There's 5 Points here too. And then Lumpkins. Forreston is going to be right here. I don't see it listed there. Maybe if we go a little bit further in, we'll get Forreston on the map. Maybe not. Neenah there. So this is west of I-35. You have 1446. Old Buena Vista Road is going to be there. That's where I grew up. 66 is there. 876 going down into 5 Points. There's also the Great House community here. There's the Bethel area here. There is Plum Grove. So this is all rural Ellis County, west and southwest of Waxahachie. Go down into the kind of the bottom corner of Ellis County here. Here you have Italy. It said Italy, all right. People have corrected me before, and when I've said Italy, people have corrected me to Italy. And there is Milford there, right down in the corner. Now there is Midway, and you can't tell because of the logo, but Carl's Corners just a little further down. This is I-35 as you're getting into Hill County. Now let's go over a little bit and let's talk about the Ennis area. Here's Avalon. Now this is Highway 34 here. So this is a pretty decent major thoroughfare between Italy and Ennis. There's several smaller communities here. You have Bardwell, you have Avalon. Up here is Nash and Howard. So these areas, that is Lake Waxahachie up to the top. So that's an important marker. But you take FM 55 here, and you get down to Nash, you get down to Avalon, and Howard is there. This is Bardwell. This is Lake Bardwell here. Ensign, Oak Grove, Onion Creek, Bird, Rankin, all of this area. Again, some of these smaller rural communities here, and those are all to the west and southwest of Ennis there. Let's go specifically into the Ennis area now. Here is Ennis, and this is I-45. When I talk about the I-35 corridor or the I-45 corridor, this is the southern part of the I-45 corridor. You have Garrett there, Ennis. Look, you have Boyce and Ike. Boyce and Ike are kind of to the east of Waxahachie. Up at the top there, you have Palmer. You go down, you have Ennis. Over here is Creechville. Now, Creechville is, my understanding is not an established community or anything of that sort, but there is Creechville Road here, and you've probably seen that. That's Buc-ee's. If you need a marker there, that is Buc-ee's right there. And we have Crisp and Alsdorf and Sand Lake here. So this is getting down Rice, and then let me zoom in a little bit more because we don't have Alma coming up. There it is. There is Alma. This is 45, of course. Alma and Rice, you have 287 branching off of 45 there, but there is Rice. Alma and Rice are kind of sister cities a little bit. What happens to one generally happens to the other, so sometimes you'll hear those referred to interchangeably. Let's go a little further up now. Here's Palmer. Again, you're on 45 here. That's Palmer. This is Bristol. If you've never been to the Bristol General Store, if you like sushi, they have some of the best sushi I've ever had. It doesn't make sense to me that the best sushi in the world would be at a small general store like that, but hey, it's absolutely incredible. Of course, we have Crisp and Alsdorf there, Sand Lake, and Trumbull. They're on 45. Here is FM 660 here. That goes down into Bristol. And there is FM 879 that goes into the Ennis area, towards Garrett, and then is just south of there. Let's go a little further up to, we have the corner of, kind of the northeastern corner here. You have Ferris, and there is Walnut Springs right in the corner there. So Ferris, and up just north of that is going to be Wilmer up in Dallas County. But there is Ferris, Trumbull. Also, I want to make sure that we mention one other place in this area. Let me see if I can get it to come up on the map, is Teleco. The interesting thing about Teleco, Clyde Barrow was born there. That's my understanding. Now this, you see kind of squiggling here, is the Trinity River. That does form the eastern edge of Ellis County, the eastern border of Ellis County, if you will. So let's kind of just look at that briefly. This is the Trinity River, the edge of Ellis County. This is Kaufman County. To the south, there is Henderson County. So we're going to go right around here. So this is the Red Oak area. And funny enough, Red Oak never shows up on the map as a named town. And I think it's because we have there's so many things going on. But Red Oak is right here at the intersection of I-35 and 664 here. 664, of course, Ovilla Road. That's how it's known. You have Glen Heights here, Oak Leaf, Ovilla, all kind of in this area. This is the 75154 zip code. That's kind of how they identify themselves sometimes. Let's move this over a little bit so that I can show you Pecan Hill, a small town. It does have a city hall. Up here is Elva. There is Sterrett. Sterrett kind of on 77 and 35 between Red Oak and Waxahachie. Here is 342. And so that is going to go kind of on the east side of Red Oak there. Here is 664. 664 does go between Red Oak and Ferris there. We go back around and we're back to Midlothian. So that kind of gives you kind of an orientation. Again, let me show you a broad view here of what we're looking at. You have Midlothian there. Waxahachie is here. Red Oak, Ferris, Ennis, and Italy, and Milford further south than that. So this kind of gives you a visual of what I'm talking about when we talk about surrounding places. Let's go to surrounding towns. Up north, of course, are Dallas and Fort Worth. You have Cleburne here in Johnson County to the west, Hillsborough in Hill County down to the southwest, and then to the south and southeast is Corsicana here in Navarro County. If we move over to the east, that's Kaufman here in Kaufman County, and then you have Athens and Gun Barrel City and Malakoff here in Henderson County. So I wanted to make sure to show you a little bit of where things are on the map, because if I mention there's something going on in Boz and it's moving to the northeast, you know that Waxahachie probably needs to pay attention. If something happens in Midlothian and it's moving due east, you know that Red Oak is probably under the gun. So just make sure you pay attention to where the map is and that you get a better understanding of where you are in relation to other parts of Ellis County, so that when I'm covering severe weather, you know where to look. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was helpful to you. And if you have questions, make sure to put those in the comments below. If I missed a spot or something of that sort, or you have an interesting story about a certain place in Waxahachie, or Ellis County rather, make sure you list that as well. Follow elliscountyweather.com for all the latest forecast information. Follow Ellis County Weather on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram for all the latest updates there. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.